It's Cristie, and I think you all know who. Hey, look, I pointed the right way the first time. I think you all know who this is. Usually I'm like, no, wait, no, this way.
Yeah.
Man is next to me. Want to introduce you?
Man. Russ Mitchell, homesick Buckeye.
That's
What's
right.
happening?
I am so excited to meet with you this evening.
Oh, I find that hard to believe, but okay, we'll roll with that.
We'll go with that. We met, I think, 2 months ago or so on the keto cookout. You probably don't remember.
No, baby. Yes, I do. I do remember that.
Yeah,
I do remember that. What is that supposed to mean? I didn't smoke that much bad weed, and I can't remember 2 months ago. I mean,
well, let me tell you, that was my very first live at ever.
Right.
In my life, and so it's all a blur in my memory, so maybe I just assume it's that way for everybody. I don't know.
We were easy on you, weren't we? We weren't. It wasn't too bad, was it?
It was fun. It was super fun. I would love to come back sometime, but now I've got Lioness Lifestyle just right before you guys.
Yeah.
So I would have to hustle on over there.
Yeah, you can't come back. You can't come back.
Can't come back. I'm banned. I've been banned.
Your competition now. Yeah, of course you can come back, Cristie.
Aw, thanks. That will be a blast. That will be a blast.
Wherever I'm at, you're welcome to be.
Awesome. Everyone who is watching, I would love for you, because what I know you from is the cookout. It's time to grab a duck by the tail, says Rick, by the way.
Rick, what's going on, brother?
That's right. So let's grab that duck by the tail and get to chatting here. So I know you a lot from Cookout. I have watched some of your other videos now on your channel. You have a great channel. But what I would really love to hear from you is your health journey, your story. Like, how did you get started on this, crazy, let's just eat a bunch of meat diet?
The year was 1969. No, that's listen, I'm just like everybody else trying to find my way out here. To capsulize, I grew up pretty much like everybody else, eating standard American diet, being told your whole life that you need fruits and grains and vegetables to live. And if you didn't have that stuff, you couldn't be healthy. And I come from a long line of folks, women that can rattle them pans, man. I mean, they can burn it up in the kitchen. So we had the Southern influence. Everything was gravy and a lot of sugar and starchy food, stuff like that. So I grew up in that kind of cultural environment, eating all the wrong things. And then as I got older, again, taught all the wrong things about health and nutrition. And so, it ended up with me having a weight problem. It started when I was about 8 years old and is continuing. And then, I'd heard about low carb eating in the early 2000s with the Atkins program. And I had a little bit of success with that. But of course, that was 20 plus years ago. And it was even worse then than it is now in terms of people's opinion of that life. So, of course, you heard all that, you're going to die of a stroke, heart attacks, all that kind of stuff. So, and I talk about it on my channel. I did a 10-chapter series called My Overweight Life. And I talked about being a happy big guy. I mean, I was a happy fat guy into my 40s. I mean, I was big dog, big daddy, papi grande, that was me. And I embraced it, from the time I was young. But in my 40s, I had a fall, an accident, hurt my knee real bad, was laid up, and I started a spiral downward. And so probably from my mid 40s up until now, I had been trying to lose weight, but I did it all the wrong way, literally 180 degrees from where I'm at now in terms of what I was eating. I got rid of all the fatty meat, all the eggs, all the, all that stuff, and got a bunch of lean meats and was eating granola every day and fruit all the time. And I was hungry and I was gaining weight. I probably gained, I don't know. I hadn't weighed myself for 30 years, so I didn't know how much I weighed. But I probably gained 50 pounds trying to lose weight. When I decided, hey, I need to do something about my weight and get healthier, I put on another probably 50 pounds, maybe more. Because again, I just did it all the way. And so I actually got to a rock bottom point where I decided I was just going to do the Atkins program because that's what I knew it at the time. That's all I knew it was. I decided I was going to do the Atkins program, and I didn't care. I was going to die anyway. So,
Yeah.
who cares? I mean, at least I'm going to die trying to fix it. Um, and obviously started doing some research and things like that, and found out it was the proper human diet and not, uh, you know, some type of fad diet that you were trading, some weight loss for long-term health benefits. So,
Okay.
and so that's, kind of that's the Cliff Notes
Cliff
version of
Notes version.
how I got on there. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we have several people in the chat here chiming in, popping in to say hi. So this is Karen sending
Hey,
us some love. So hey,
what's
Karen.
up, everybody? Yeah, I'm
And
terrible at looking at the chats and that kind of stuff, so forgive me. My man Bob is in here, my Buckeye brother. We took one on the chin there, brother. We took one on the chin, homie. But
yeah, I think they're talking sport ball. I don't know.
yeah, OH, that's my brother Bob is in the building.
Awesome.
Yes.
So yeah, here's Bruce saying howdy. So howdy,
Hey,
Bruce.
Bruce, what's going on, buddy?
And yeah, here's Bob. Hey, Bob. Bob's going to be on my channel very shortly. I can't wait to talk to
Love
you.
Bob. That's my Buckeye brother right there. That's my man.
And look who it is, Indigo Neely herself.
Indigo Neely.
Neely, you got a song. Woo! Nice. Well, so you went on Atkins thinking you might die of a heart attack, but that's okay because what do you have to lose?
Yeah, I mean, I was dying anyway. I'm like, I didn't know it at the time. I was over 550 pounds, and I was basically losing control of my life. I could feel my life slipping away from me, and I'm like, they're gonna find me. I'm gonna die anyway. They're gonna find me here in this house, you know. And so, what do I have to lose? Really, that was really it.
So did you start that before you did the research? You just started eating that
Well,
way, just like
no,
whatever?
actually, what I did was it was a New Year's Eve, 2020, 2022, and I no, because I got to make ketosis in May of 2023, and it was about almost a year. But either way, it was a New Year's Eve.
Okay.
I was in my bed. I get the dates mixed up, but I was in my bed and I was upset about a lot of things. Not the least of which was that I've been trying to lose weight and it was not working. In fact, it was going the other way. And I just sat up and I was like, "What are we going to do?" I thought about the surgery. I thought about just different things, and then I said, "You know what? We'll just try the Atkins." And so the next day, I got up and started researching. Because I wanted to know how bad it was going to be. I'm like, I went to the vegan websites and the different vegetarian websites and things to look at, what's going to happen to me when I do this. How long does it take, before I die? And I didn't really see anything I hadn't seen before. It was kind of the same old stuff there. So then I went over to the keto side and that sort of stuff. Started looking at some stuff and saw some doctors that were kind of used car salesman-y. Didn't really like them, didn't connect with them very much. And then I stumbled across Dr. Barry.
Okay.
Right away, yeah, I'm like, this dude right here, he is country as a cornfield. But I love him. The dude's like he just fell off the back of a tractor. He's, out there and he was talking straight, direct, wasn't trying to sell anything. Yep, there
That's
you
my
go.
Dr. Barry impression.
Yeah. And I liked what he was saying, but I still just had doubts. It's just, for obvious reasons. And then I got into Kelly Hogan and some other people because for me, I wanted to see real people that were doing it. The doctors, that was cool. And I wanted to see people with longevity. I'm like, I want to see somebody that's been doing this longer than a few months. Show me somebody that's been doing this 15 or 20 years. And at the time, I think Kelly had been doing it for over 10 years. And she had people on her channel that had been doing it for long periods of time. And I just started to feel like maybe this was this was something I could do. And then I saw Dr. Bickman, and
Oh yeah, he's great.
that guy really, he saved my life, probably changed my life for sure, probably saved my life,
Mhm.
because he explained ketosis in a way that I'd never heard it. Um, and when I realized that ketosis is your body's natural state,
Mhm.
that's where you're supposed to be. That's your optimum performance. So, and babies are born into ketosis and things like that. It's just I did not know, I didn't understand. And he talked about no such thing as an essential carbohydrate, and just I mean he just explained it in a way that really resonated and connected with me. It was like he was talking directly to me.
Mhm.
Um, and so I knew, I said, that's it, ketosis. That's my way out. If I get to ketosis, I'll be okay. But being the odd bird that I am, because I'm a weirdo. I'm nuts.
Oh, we know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, look.
What you gotta do.
Hey, listen. My problems have issues. Okay. I'm just telling you. So I wanted ketosis to be my finish line, not my starting line, and that was kind of important to me. So I started down a process, and I thought it would take a few months, but it actually took about a year to
Ooh.
get there. Yeah, because I'm a creature of comfort, a creature of habit, a creature of routine. My normals, my routines are like a north star. They're, I'm always being guided by those. So it was very hard for me to break out of my routines. I'm not a cold turkey guy. I'm a hot turkey guy. Okay, I'm not a band-aid ripper. I'm not one of these people that just I can't do it that way. I have to make slow, more incremental changes. That's just my nature. I can't, I don't do well with big, gigantic changes in my life. I don't do well with them at all. So knowing that, I just had to start creating new routines, new normals. And I knew that once I got myself to a place where, high fat, high protein, low carb was my normal, I would always be pulled back to that. And that's kind of where my life is. No matter what I'm doing, no matter what I'm always thinking about going back to my routine, back to my normal, back to what I know. So, it was like trying to turn around a cruise liner.
Yeah, sounds like when I try to get into a swimming pool, I don't just jump in. It's like too
Right.
cold. I like stick my toe in. I'm like,
That's
oh, that's
right.
cold, and then I have to think about it for a
Yeah.
while.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
long time.
Some people just run and jump in the deep end and worry about it. Some people, yeah, ease their way in. So that's the kind of person I am. I have to do things at my pace, my way. And the most important thing to me was being able to sustain it long term.
Mhm.
I don't, I'm perfectly happy to lose this weight the way I gained it. I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't need to lose 200 pounds in a week. I don't need to do, and getting healthy is more important than that, even. So for me, I'm like, what good is it to, I did an interview with Todd Bachnes. What an amazing dude that guy is. Lost 300 pounds twice. You
Man.
know, I could never. I could never. I mean, that's torturous. I would
Mhm.
rather lose 50 pounds and keep it off for a lifetime than lose 300 pounds and gain 250 of it back. But that's what happens when you do things you can't sustain. That's what happens when and he talked about it. He was like, it was torturous because every day I was doing these weird wacko diets. I was losing weight, but I knew I couldn't sustain it. I
Mm.
knew I couldn't sustain it. And he's like, every day I would wake up and wonder, is this the day I crash and burn?
Hmm.
Is this the day it's over? Is this the day I can't do this anymore? Um, it's one of those things. I mean, people, have their different motivations or whatever, but my motivation and the reason I do it the way I do it, and the reason I've crafted this life for myself is because I know I can do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Well, I can't eat meat and water the rest of my life. It's crazy for me to even think that I can do that. I can't do that. Maybe other people can. I can't. So
Mhm.
why go into it just eating meat and water? Then I
Mhm.
lose some weight or whatever. Now what? I didn't want that. I didn't want to ever have a now what moment. I wanted to start out doing something that I know I can do for the rest of my life. And then listen, I don't close the door on anything. I've changed quite a bit from the first day to where I'm at now, and I'm sure there'll be other changes. But whatever I'm doing, when I change it, when I do it, when I think about it, I think about the end. I think about, can I do this for the rest of my life? If I
Mhm.
can't, I'm not interested in doing it now. I mean, that's again just my way of thinking about it.
Yeah, but I like that you're still leaving room for it to evolve over time. That's it's like you're doing it in a way that's sustainable for you, but leaving yourself open to change. We all change. We're not going to, a year from now, we're not going to be doing the same things probably that we're doing now and exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's always room for growth and evolution.
Hmm.
When I first started, I was eating lettuce and tomatoes every day.
Hmm.
Every day, I had lettuce and tomatoes. I stopped doing that in around August, which ironically may have led me to my dehydration problem. But if you'd have told me in April, by August you won't be eating lettuce and tomatoes anymore, I'd have laughed out loud.
Right.
I'm literally eating it every day. And here
Hmm.
I am now. It's just, so again, I don't know where the future is. I don't know what the future holds. I know that I'm not going back. I'm not even looking back.
Hmm.
I wouldn't. People talk about that. Oh, I'm so afraid that I'll go back to my old. I could never. I know too much.
Right.
I, I have too much knowledge now. I understand things I didn't understand before. And even when I do eat things that are out of my normal or out of my routine, it's not like it used to be. It's nowhere near what it used to be.
Do you
So I'm
mean do you mean in quantity it's not like it used to be, or do you mean in attitude, or do you mean how it affects you mentally? What do you mean?
all the above. I never had any problems other than being heavy. We'll start with that.
Okay.
I never had never had a problem sleeping. My A1C over 500 pounds was 5. Fasting glucose 96. I've never taken a medication other than an antibiotic. Never spent a night in a hospital. No aches or pains. No, I mean, I never had any problems other than just being heavy. I felt good. All the above. Maybe I have some hidden problem that I don't know about, but again, I just genetics are good. All that kind of stuff, I guess. Um, so I never had those issues that people have, like the aches and the pains and the things. And when they go back to eating things they used to eat, they're like, "Oh, I feel like I got hit by a truck." I
Hmm.
don't have any of that kind of stuff. Um, but what I mean is that yes, I don't eat as much. That's partly because your appetite just changes once you're doing this. And
Hmm.
I also minimize the damages. I have a video called "Minimizing Damages" on
All right.
on on my channel because the way I view things are different. When I go into a situation, as if people who don't follow me don't know, but I'm a bit of a free spirit, carefree. I
Hmm.
don't worry about things, obsess about things. I kind of go with the flow, go where the wind blows me.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't worry about things. But when I'm presented with some type of challenge, dietary challenge, I immediately think, what's my lowest carb option?
Okay.
That's not something I ever did before. I was
Hmm.
it was time to get down. It was on and popping. Slip back, the forks clinking. Okay, that's all it was. But now when I go into a place, I like survey. I'm looking like, okay, I got cake and ice cream and all that. I got potatoes and all this. There's some baked chicken. Boom. It's like it's just like I don't know. It's a different mentality. And even when I go out to eat, say at a fast food place, if I'm out traveling or with friends or whatever, you know, I don't get the drinks anymore. I don't get the fries anymore. Because I'll tell you something, I believe in my heart, and I've said this many times to many people. Most people drink more carbohydrates than they eat. I believe that with all my heart. And if you take a typical combo from any restaurant, I don't care
Hmm.
what your favorite fast food restaurant is, Wendy's, McDonald's, whatever. You get a sandwich, any sandwich, most all the sandwiches have about 40, 45 carbohydrates. The large fry has 80, the large drink has 80.
Yep.
And there's almost twice as many carbohydrates in the drink and the fries as are in the sandwich. So just by going into a McDonald's, if I want a double cheeseburger, I just get the sandwich now. I don't get the fries and the drink anymore. That's just something I never would have done a year ago, but it's just the way my mind works now. It doesn't matter where I'm at, what I'm eating, what environment. I'm always looking at what's the lowest carb option. Most of
Right.
the time. Now, there's times, listen, Thanksgiving Day, yeah, it was on and popping. Thanksgiving Day, listen, I didn't fall off the wagon. I jumped off the wagon. Okay. Yeah. And I listen, I tried to set the wagon on fire. Okay. I mean,
But you announced it ahead of time. It was a plan. It wasn't an accident. You knew that's what you were going to do going in. And I'm very sure, because I know you a little bit now, that you had a plan about how to come back.
well, yeah, because it's not hard for me to come back because that's my normal. It's never hard for me to get back to my normal. You know that, and again, that's I guess I'm an odd bird. It was just the opposite when I was eating the wrong things. I couldn't break away. I couldn't break free because I kept getting pulled back to my normal. Well, I have a new normal now. So my new normal is the same concept. When I'm eating potatoes and stuff like that, I'm thinking about steak and eggs the next morning. You know, when I'm eating something I shouldn't eat for lunch, I'm thinking about, you know, whatever I've got, oxtails or whatever in the refrigerator at home. That's the way my mind works. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not hard at all for me to go back to my normal, whatever that happens to be. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You know, I've also seen a few, or at least one of your grocery haul videos. And it seems to me that you, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me that you control your home environment very
Yeah,
well. So, like, most of the time, if you
absolutely.
are going to eat off plan, it's because you're
That's right.
traveling, it's because it's a holiday. But, like, at
That's right.
home,
That's
I see
right.
what you buy. It's like eggs and
Because there's, well, I don't show the whole chocolate cake on there. I can't do that. I got an image sub page.
okay.
I
Yeah,
have
I missed
fans
that.
for 5 fans. I can't show the dozen donuts. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're absolutely right because that's what I focus on. You know, again, I never, ever, ever went into this way of living thinking that I'm never going to eat carbs again. I never planned on carbohydrate elimination. Never. I'm a person that I begin with the end in mind. That's just kind of my nature. I think about what I want this to be, and then I start out thinking, you know, working towards that. And so I never envisioned a time where I would not eat carbohydrates. For me, from the day one, it was always minimize and manage because I just, at least at that point, and who knows, maybe someday that'll change. I can't conceive of the day where I never have another carbohydrate. I mean, you can't outrun carbohydrate. They're everywhere. You can't outrun a donut. They're everywhere. They got their own shops. They in gas stations, drugstores, grocery stores, flea markets. You can't outrun a donut. You know, so it's like I never thought in my mind about anything other than minimizing and managing. And like you said, and I'm most people. I don't think I'm that much different than most people. Most people don't spend more than 3 weeks away from their house in a year. Most people just don't. 21 days, roughly, barring some type of problem or some unforeseen thing. I'm in this house 340 days a year. So that's what I focus on, not the other 20 days. It's just, to me, it's not, you know, I can't really control it and I don't care to. I don't even think about it, you know? And that's what gets me in trouble with the haters because I don't worry about it and I don't think about it and I unapologetically talk about, yeah, I'm jumping off the wagon, both feet, you know, and I'm not getting back on until the weekend, you know.
Yeah.
And people don't like that. People think I don't take it seriously, or people think, oh, it's just a big joke to you, which is kind of true because everything in life is pretty much a joke to me. So I can't, guilty as charged on that. But no, it is very serious, and I do take it seriously. And I'm a lot more strict than people think I am. I'm a lot more strict than people think I am with my diet. And but yes, in the house here, yes, you won't find anything objectionable in this house. And I'm very controlled when I'm here. When I'm out, I just take it as it comes. I don't think about it. I don't really plan for it. I don't. We'll just see what happens. And I have a little wider net than some because I'm not. I consider myself a carnivore, but by the internet definition, I don't know what the rules are. I don't know what the boundaries are. But you know me, I'm a carb number guy.
Right.
I don't think a person that eats 100 carbs a week is not a carnivore. That's just me. I mean, you're talking about 100 carbs over 7 days. I mean, it's not even worth talking about. You're talking about 10 or 12 carbs a day. Metabolically, it's insignificant unless you're in that 5% of people that have some very, very, very rare allergy or insensitivity or something like that, or sensitivity. For most people, 10 carbs a day isn't even worth discussion. So I consider myself carnivore, but I know that at best I'd probably be considered dirty carnivore or ketovore.
Yeah.
And that's what like I said, that's my focus is in these four walls. What I'm doing when I go out, I just take it as it comes. But I will eat a salad. I will eat some vegetables if I want to when I'm out. I don't have I'm not that narrow.
So I have a couple of questions that I thought of when you were talking about how it took you about a year to like get yourself into ketosis. Did you experience any weight loss during that year? Did you notice any changes? Like, how did you keep at it like for a year?
At the end, yes. Not
Okay.
really so much at the beginning. And again, I didn't know I was going to be chronicling all this. I had no idea. I mean, I never even wanted to have a channel. I mean, I wish I'd have kept better, knowing, now I wish I'd have kept better records and kind of, documented it better because I can't really remember all of it. But I weighed myself on May 22nd, 2023, and I was 548 pounds.
Okay.
I hadn't weighed myself for 30 years before that. The last time I weighed myself, I was in 1993, and I was 319 pounds.
Wow.
I didn't really care. And I really don't care now. The only reason I weigh myself now is because my subscribers threaten me with bodily harm if I don't. People, people want to know everything. And that's cool. I don't mind sharing. I'm happy to share.
I like watching you destroy meat personally. You're pretty good at it.
When I started my channel, I said there were two things I was never going to do. One is cook or eat anything. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see feeding time at the zoo. And I cook caveman style. So who would want to watch that? How bad is your life that you want to watch me destroy a perfectly good piece of meat? I don't understand it, but people go crazy for it. And ironically, people have come up to me at events and they've said, and I get it now. They're like, I can't cook either. When I watch you cook, I feel better about myself because I'm terrible too. So I'm like, now I get it. I understand. I'm good for people's self-esteem.
Setting that bar nice and low. I like it.
Yeah. So, hey, listen, I'm a man of the people. If people want to see me destroy meat, I destroy meat. And the other thing was exercising. You ain't going to see me huffing, puffing, and sweating on the internet unless my ex-girlfriend wants revenge. And then that's a whole different thing. But I'm just teasing. But I'm never out of breath, and I'm not, grunting and sweating all over the internet.
Right.
So it's a cool little thing there. It's a cool little vibe. But yeah, you're not going to see me out there. No. We ain't doing that. I leave all that to Chafee. Dr. Chafee's right now somewhere probably looking for a shirt to put on. Shout out to my man, Doc. Shout out to my man. I see you, Doc. But I mean, that's just I'm not doing it. And my channel again is mostly for entertainment. That is my thing. I want to make people laugh, make people smile, and direct them to the doctors and the scientists, share my life with people, show people what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. But mostly, I just want to make people laugh and smile. That's really the main purpose of my channel. Infotainment.
Yeah. No, that's one of my favorite things about your channel because it just has a little bit of a tweak to it that you don't really see in many other places. And it's just very, like you said, infotainment, right?
Yeah, because because I'm the dumbest guy in the whole keto space, and so everybody else is much smarter than me.
I
That's smart.
the other day
That's
somebody
smart.
told me you were intelligent. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you what. Compared to who? Compared to Adam Lacey? Yes, I'm genius level compared to him. He's a moron. Uh, compared to to who? But no, I just we have a lot of that. I mean, listen? I still look like the before and after picture. Who's gonna listen to me about that? It's just yeah, I don't know. The way I see it, there are much better representatives of of the science and the medical backgrounds. And I mean, we got Dr. Berry and Chafee. And if you're really, really scraping the bottom of the barrel, you can go see Dr. Hampton. I mean, it's just
I know there's quite a feud between the two of you. I saw him talking about you on on some comment the other day too.
That's my man. He doesn't have a lot of friends. I'm just, I'm his friend because he doesn't have a lot of those. But it's those people are better suited. Those people can tell you all about this medical stuff. None of them can write a song about chicken wings.
I can't either. So that's pretty
So yeah, so you want health and medicine and science and all, go to them. You want a song about chicken wings? I got you.
Oh, they don't show. Indigo Neely put some music notes. Oh, but they're black and the background is black. There's music notes there. You just can't see them. They're blending in.
Yeah, whoa, whoa, chicken wings. Don't you know they're my favorite thing? Oh, chicken wings. Don't you know they're my favorite thing? Yes, they are. Yeah. Can Dr. Berry do that?
I don't think so. Not
Yeah,
many people can do that.
Listen, I can take it country. I'm carbless. When it comes to eating food, I'll eat anything you want me to, as long as there's no carbs at all. Okay. Nice. Can Chafee do that? Can Chafee do that?
I've never seen him do that.
Exactly. So, it's just I do what I do. I let those guys do what they do.
I like that. So Bruce is saying that you're in good company, Russ. We're all a little off. That's from back when you said you were weirdo or whatever you said. I don't know what the exact wording was, but
I'm crazy. I'm a special kind of crazy.
Ellie's here from Nourishment Redacted. Hi, fellow Lioness, Ellie.
I love Ellie. We're talking about great energy. Just a sweetheart.
Oh yeah, she's really awesome. And then Eric popped in to say, "Hey y'all."
Hey y'all. Hey y'all. That's Renee. My girl. Listen, Renee will knock somebody out for me, boy. You can run up on me if you want to. Renee's got me. Tell him, Nene.
Nobody messes with Renee or any of her friends. And Bruce is giving Renee 10 demerits because she's being late. So, when I'm the teacher around here, but when I'm running the stream, somebody's got to be, putting people in detention, handing out the demerits because I'm busy. So I appreciate you, Bruce.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I guess it's bad.
Demerits are bad. Carrie's here, my metamorphosis, who's also late. But hey, Carrie, welcome.
Yes, if anybody needs to, the metalheads are in the building. I'll see you there, Carrie.
That's right. Simpson says, unfortunately, that she wishes she could say she has no aches and pains, but she's so sick and everything hurts. And I'm sorry to hear that.
Hang in there. Do your thing. Eat your meat. Move your feet. Eat that meat. I need you to move your feet. I need you to eat that meat. Move your feet. Stay away from keto treats.
There we go. You had some keto treats. I saw that video. It was some chocolate. Did you discover where the I called out Russ and look at that. He vanished.
No. Hey, I have no shame in my game. Okay. I tell it like it is, the good, the bad, the ugly. That's why the haters hate me. Actually, as it turned out, the keto treats, I don't believe were what derailed me. I was dehydrated.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to after the first of the year, I'm going to do round 2 with the keto treats because frankly, they're delicious. So we'll see how that goes. But I actually gave my keto candy bars to Alia and her son when we met in where were we? Tampa. Yeah.
Okay.
We met in Tampa and I had the 2 bar. Everybody, some people were like, "You're gonna eat those." We're like, "No, I'm not." And I did not eat them. I had them with me and I took them, I gave them to them because I knew I was going to do much more damage than keto candy in the coming days. So I gave those up. But you can ask Ollie; they were good, and her son ate the whole bar right there at the table before dinner.
Ooh, smashed it. All right. So Rick said that his cheat meal was a tomahawk steak. So yeah, he has a vegetarian friend that gave him a tomahawk steak.
Yes.
Told
Can
me
I
the
get
other
a
day.
Can I get a quack quack for the people in the cheap seats?
Yeah, so he had Mr. Quackers. He had caught Mr. Quackers right by the tail, and he
Yeah.
had put him in a pen, and he was fattening him up for Thanksgiving. But then he got some tomahawk steaks instead. So he
I
set
love
Mr.
that.
Quackers free, and he said it was 3 pounds of pure bliss. Have you ever had a
I love
tomahawk
it.
steak, Russ? I want to try one.
No, I've seen one. It's got the big bone on the end of it. Is that the
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I can't imagine it's much different than any other kind of steak, but hey, I'm down. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Well, Eric said his best meal was a tomahawk, so there's
Yeah,
that. Eric recommends them.
love it. I
And
love it.
Carrie said, I'm not sure, Craig, I'm sure is some kind of typo. And I usually speak fluent typo, but I'm not sure. But the whole point is that she had a big bowl of sweet potatoes on Thanksgiving, and my energy level was crap for 3 days. I ate more because there weren't any mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes are her very
Yeah,
favorite. So
yeah.
she's
There
not
you
sure
go.
she'll be having any at Christmas.
I love that. That's hey, Carrie, well played. That's just how I'd have done it. Well played, Carrie. Well played.
So,
I honestly, again, just talking about how different things are. Last Thanksgiving, okay, and Thanksgiving's previous, I would have had a mountain of potatoes, a mountain of stuffing, a mountain of macaroni and cheese, cornbread, rolls, biscuits. I mean, I'd have knocked down 3 or 4 sweet teas, pumpkin pie, and then I'd have probably done it all again later that day.
mhm,
That's my old life.
mhm.
This year, I had one mountain of everything put together. No sugary drink of any kind, one slice of pumpkin pie. It's just different. Even when I'm doing the things that, like I said, that are out of the norm or off my regular, program, it's not the same as it used to be.
Yeah, I had 2 Thanksgiving days because there was the Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day, which was my husband's family. I went into it with some trepidation because that's your teacher word for the day. I went into it with some
Oh, I
trepidation.
told you, I told you I ain't that bright.
Yeah, okay. I went into it feeling a little scared and nervous.
Yeah, I got you.
Trepidation because they didn't really know how I'm eating, and I thought I kind of got 2 options here. I can eat nothing, I can fast, and then I get grief about that, or I can have a plate of meat, and then I can get grief about that. But I was actually pleasantly surprised. My husband's aunt has started thinking more along proper human diet lines,
I love that.
and it was all good. I had my big plate of dark turkey meat with some butter, and later, for when everyone was having their dessert, I had a decaf coffee. I usually drink caffeinated coffee, but she had decaf, which is fine.
Yeah.
And she had heavy cream, so I know that's your favorite, Russ. I put a good serving of heavy cream in there, and
I slow sip it like bourbon.
yeah, it's delicious.
And I don't want to be that person. Listen, when my family comes to visit me, I'm not going to sit around and mean mug everybody with a meat stick in my hand. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna. I do. I sometimes I eat with them. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I nibble on what they're having. Sometimes I don't. I don't think about it. I really go with the flow and deal with it as it comes. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. That's really the way I approach it. Same way with going over to people's house for dinner, things like that. And you pick your spots for your evangelism. I mean, my cousin was telling me about how he had done keto and felt really great and lost weight, but got off of it because everybody was telling him it was dangerous to sustain it and dangerous to do it long term. And so I took the opportunity to say, hey, no, here's a couple, YouTube channels, check them out. Here's some videos, you know, go back to it, So, um, again, everybody's family is different. Depends on the nature of your family. Some people's families are more supportive than
Mhm.
others. Other people's families are kind of judgmental or rude. So, you know, you just have to, again, know the people you're dealing with, know how best to communicate or not communicate. And if you have to chop your mom in the throat, well, sometimes you just got to stand your ground.
It's got to do what you got to do sometimes. But I was, I mean, we had a nice conversation. Nobody, yeah, it was. I
Yeah.
was nervous for nothing, is my point, and it went fine, and
Yeah.
everything was all good. And then my family had our Thanksgiving dinner on Sunday, and my aunt, who is the dessert bringer, I didn't know she was going to do this. She brought like a keto cheesecake for my
Oh,
mom and I. So I'm more leaning toward carnivore, and my mom is keto, and so I mean, I
I
left.
love
I
that.
eat the crust, but I ate the middle, and it was really good, and it was like so
Yeah.
nice. I wasn't planning on that, but like I channeled you a little bit, and I went with the flow because she was so that was like she didn't have to do that. She baked
Yeah.
two desserts. She baked one for the ketos
Hmm.
and one for the non-ketos, and
Well,
it was so
yeah. That is one way that you will get chopped in the throat by me is if you bring me keto anything. I
perfect.
don't want, yeah, I don't want a keto cake. I don't want to. If I want cheesecake, I want real, authentic cheesecake. I have my 14-year-old niece. She's 14 now. She's been sending me homemade Christmas cookies since she was probably 7 or 8 years old. And I told her she's 14 now, maybe 15. I said, if you send me a keto cookie here, I will curse you out like a grown woman.
She's old enough to get cursed out at that age, I feel.
That's right, especially
Mhm.
by an uncle. An uncle,
Mhm.
yes, I'm not your parents or grandparents. Your parents, we have different roles. I will curse you out. I know you're only 15. Most people learn their first curse words from their uncle, usually. Anyway, I think that's how it goes.
I think that's like
But
half your job if you're an uncle. So
yes, that's right. So I don't want any keto anything, and I don't do the keto treats and stuff like that either. I don't want that stuff. I don't want that. I don't want to eat pizza. I don't want any kind of pizza. Keto pizza, regular pizza. If I do, I will have it. That's just that's how I process it. I'm not interested in the imitation anything. Those carnivore chocolates I bought were the first ever keto anything I've ever bought. I mean, I've been given lots of stuff. They give you stuff at all these different events, but that's how I ended up with it because I got it at a keto event and it was really good. And I was
mhm.
like, man, this is great. And so I bought some,
Mhm.
but again, I don't have a desire for that. I really want to eat a different way. I just want to eat my whole food, eat the meat, move the feet. That's really what I want my life to be. And then, like I said, when I'm out on vacation or when in certain different times, yeah, I go with the flow. Sometimes I'll have some things, sometimes I won't. Um, but yeah, I really want to, the rest of my life to kind of be a different way.
So do you think going to the proper human diet has helped with your cravings? Did you used to have bad cravings when you're eating standard American?
I
Because you
don't really
must
know.
not have them very much. Like if you just eat it when you want it, you can't be craving it very much, or you wouldn't be staying keto very
Yeah,
long.
I don't know exactly what the definition of craving is. Um, I have never been like sitting somewhere and just like, you know, uh, ice cream popped in my mind. Like
Mhm.
I'm sitting here doing my work and bing, Rocky Road, oh, that would be delicious. That's never happened. Now, I guess I have, if I'm sitting here doing my work and I'm getting a little hungry and a Wingstop commercial comes on, I'm like, yeah, it might be good. Or if I'm sitting, if I'm doing some work, I'm watching something or listening to something on the radio and a pizza commercial comes on, I'm like, yeah, it might sound good, but I don't have cravings in the
Mhm.
way of where I'm just living my life and all of a sudden out of the clear blue sky, you know, I want baklava. I mean, I just don't. It's not how my mind works. I'm way too simple for that. I think it's more about what's available. It's not like the dog, man. I just put whatever's in my dish. That's what I eat. So
Okay.
when I'm hungry, I go to the fridge and whatever's in there, that's what I eat. And I mean, that's just kind of how my mind works. Um, for lack of, I mean, just to simplify, and that's why it's important for me to have things in there, because if I'm hungry and I go to the fridge and there's nothing in there, that's when I got choices to make. And I hate to cook, so it's much more likely that somebody's going to deliver something. And it's, probably going to be at least somewhat objectionable. So, those are things I have to do for myself. But I guess you could say I crave it when I see it.
Okay.
Maybe that's a better way to say it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not thinking about it, but if somebody brings it over, I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty good to me. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. I used to get cravings almost every night. Like I'd just be sitting on the couch. It was like, I mean, I was like, chain myself up so I didn't like run in the kitchen and grab whatever, whatever sweet thing popped in my head. So I can't even imagine just never feeling that crazy desire to like, I gotta get some ice cream and I gotta get it now.
Listen, like I said, I'm telling you, I'm an odd bird. I know what you mean, because I've been around people like, I've really got a taste, for some, a Big Mac. I'm like, well, there's a Sonic like right across the street, but I don't want a hamburger. I want a Big Mac. And I'm like, yeah, that's not how my mind works. If I'm hungry, the first open drive-through I get to, I'll figure something out. I don't like have a taste for. Now, the only thing I would say maybe, but even again, I don't want to say I crave it. But like when I go home, there are certain restaurants I always eat at. But that's more a function of routine and habit than craving. Does that make sense?
Yes.
There's restaurants I've eaten at for 40 years. When I go home, I eat Donato's Pizza. I eat White Castle. I've been eating at these places literally since I was like a teenager. So it's not so much craving it as much as this is what I do when I'm home. This is where I go when I'm home. But even that, I don't do the same. Like, I'll eat my White Castles. I used to get a large chocolate shake with it. I don't do that anymore. So I still eat my White Castles, but no shake. Little things like that. But yeah, I don't have cravings per se.
Okay. Well, 24 CIF says, look out, Dr. Hampton incoming.
Always.
And Rick is saying to make some heart attack wings. I don't know if you've tried his heart attack chicken. I have, and it is delicious.
I have not, but I'm sure it is. I'm
delicious.
Sure it's wonderful.
And Bold Carnivore is in the house. Hello, Bold Carnivore.
PC.
And thank you, Carrie. Your reference was way over my head. Craig, when her comment about the sweet potatoes was that it's a reference to the movie Friday. Craig got the munchies and poured a giant bowl of cereal. Yeah, that went right 10 feet over my head, Carrie. But thank you for explaining, because I did not know.
Listen, I'm Carrie's watching Friday. I'm wondering who she's watching that with. It's not the metal crowds, I'm pretty sure. Got a whole other life. She's like, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting.
No, you're fine. She has a wide variety of interests, Carrie.
I would say
for
so.
Sure.
If you're listening to Metallica and watching Friday, you most certainly do.
Bruce wanted to know if Rick had a video showing how to do heart attack chicken, and Rick says that he does, and that he has 2 videos.
You got chicken, you got lard. What's better than that?
Yeah, chicken lard. I did mine in it. That when I copycatted that recipe, cast iron pan. It was great. It was great. And Rick has a pacemaker pizza. He keeps talking about this pacemaker pizza, and I'm like, first of all, Rick's got to write a cookbook with all of these titles because it's awesome. And secondly, I want to make that pacemaker pizza, whatever it is. Okay, I have to point this out because Gail pointed that I wasn't going to point it out, but now I'm gonna. 999 subscribers, Russ. I have.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to subscribe now.
Come on, big brother. Let's go. Oh my goodness. So Bruce said that he smoked a brisket a few months ago and made tallow from the fat. I bet that would have been great with chicken. Yes, Bruce.
Sure, absolutely, man.
I
I pressure cook things. I don't. All that smoking and stuff takes too long.
Yeah.
And
I don't have a smoker and I don't have a way to make my own tallow. Well, I mean, okay, maybe I do, but I'm not going to do it. I'm too lazy to make my own tallow.
yeah, I ain't doing that. I don't
It's
spend
too
any
much
more
work.
time in the kitchen than necessary. I wouldn't. The only reason I go in there is because that's where the food is.
I did buy beef tallow and I did that is what I made the chicken in, but that I can't do that every time because it's expensive to buy it. I usually just use a little bit in my cast iron, but I filled that sucker up with that beef
I
tallow.
mean, I can't imagine bacon grease would work just fine.
Yeah, I saved my bacon grease. I've got a bunch and that's what I'm gonna do next time. But yeah, I had to give it a try in that tallow. But yeah, people that can do their own tallow, that's awesome. And yeah, Rick, you speak for yourself. My least favorite phrase in the English language is, well, all you have to do is, and then they proceed to tell you what is the most difficult thing ever.
Hey, listen, here's what I say to them. Cooking is easy. That's great. Well, here, I'm going to give you a microphone, and I want you to go to the 50-yard line of the Miami Dolphins game and sing the national anthem a cappella. Can you do that, Rick? It's easy. It's easy.
Easy. All you have to do is.
Yeah, just sing. Oh, say, can you see? Well, but I don't, it's not that it's difficult. I just don't like it. Cleaning my toilet's not difficult either. I don't like doing that either. It's not a matter of it's being difficult. It's a matter of I don't like to do it. I don't want to do it, but I need to do it to keep myself alive. So
yeah,
some people enjoy it. Some people enjoy cooking. Some people enjoy being in the kitchen and all that. So I mean, no shot. I don't enjoy it. It's just what it is.
So you flat out hate it, but being a man of the people and all, you do it on your channel. I think I'm ambivalent about it. I don't enjoy it. I don't even know why I made my first recipe. I don't remember on my channel. I don't remember if it was somebody asked me. I don't know, but I did. And then you're not wrong. Like everyone's like asking questions and watching it and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
I got people making requests.
Yeah.
My man Graham, shout out to Graham Carnivore Transformer. My man must be really going through some things because he made a request for me to make some mocktails on a video. I don't understand for the life of me why anybody would want me to make anything and then watch me. I can't understand what kind of depths of depression you must be in that you would get joy out of watching me destroy these wonderful pieces of. I don't get it, but hey, listen, whatever I can do to lift the spirits, that's what I do. And it's Caveman Cooks. It's like 1 or 2 ingredients.
Yeah.
I got meat, I got heat. Pretty soon it's time to eat.
Yeah. So, I think sometimes I get a little more fancy than that. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Like I said, I'm ambivalent. I enjoy that people, I guess, enjoy it. I don't know, or seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that is what makes it a little fun, I guess.
Everybody's different. I like to look at stock charts. I can look at stock charts for hours.
Like the stock market? You're talking about the stock market?
Yes.
Charts.
Yeah. Graphs and charts, oscillators.
Okay.
I trade options every day of my life.
So you're a data guy. Russ is a data guy. Put it in the chat if that shocked you.
A lot of things. I'm a lot of things, guy. But yeah, I trade options every single day of my life, and I enjoy looking at.
That's awesome.
Graphs and charts and all that kind of stuff. I can do that literally until I fall asleep. So somebody else would rather bake muffins. I'd rather be doing that.
Yeah.
That I enjoy.
I mean, I teach math, so I'm with you. Yeah. I get that. That I understand.
Yeah, it takes all types to make the world go round. So ketogenic woman is somewhere living her best life in a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm call me when it's time to eat.
Gail says, Rick, I've always hated cooking because standing up for 2 minutes in the kitchen was painful. Yeah. And because my mom was not a good cook.
Yeah. I
Just
have a chair. I have a
altogether.
chair. I have a chair in my kitchen. I have a
Oh,
chair,
okay.
a rolling chair, and I take my phone in there and I put on my TV. And I will make things and I'll sit there and watch TV while things are cooking. And I just,
Yeah, I do tend to get like bored easily. So when I'm waiting for something to cook, I'm with Rick. I don't just stand in the kitchen. If there's dishes, which I have 2 teenage boys, let's be real, there's always dishes. So I'll usually get that going because that's got to get done, or I'll bust out some push-ups. I know, don't tease me. Or I'll get my hula hooping done. Carrie and I are doing a hula hoop challenge this month, and maybe next month too, right, Carrie? Hint, hint. Anyways, and so I'll do some squats or whatever planks, whatever challenge I got going on. But yeah, I can't just stand there. Yeah, I can't.
them up there, listen, them big old boys need to be washing their own dishes.
They do. They do sometimes, but then sometimes they just. I have one that really does at least bring them to the kitchen. The other one, when there's no dishes in the kitchen, I know where to look, and that's his bedroom. So
yeah.
anyway,
Okay.
AP says hello from Canada. Well, hello, AP. 2 months carnivore, inches are coming off slow. I tend to undereat, which is bad. No appetite on carnivore. So used to dieting, I'll figure this out. It takes time, AP, and that is no joke. Since I went carnivore, my weight has not been stable. Like I lost 20 pounds on keto, and then I went carnivore because I started to feel so much better in other ways. And yeah, my weight is like a roller coaster, not by a lot, but up 5, down 5, up 7, down 3, down 2, up. It's like my body's still trying to like, how much meat do I need? It doesn't know yet, I don't think.
Well, I only weigh myself once a month.
Yeah.
I don't need all that drama in my life. And hey, AP, do your thing. It's not a race. It's not a contest. Nobody's out. You don't have to out keto anybody. Eat what you're supposed to eat when you're hungry. Let your body take care of the rest. That's what I do. I did learn I need to drink more. I got to hydrate more. That's my thing. I'm not really thirsty, but I need to drink even when I'm not thirsty. And I really don't worry about it. I live my life. I eat what I'm supposed to 90% of the time. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever weight I lose, I lose. I don't have any long-term goals. I don't think that far ahead. I'm thinking about today. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. I got today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Karen. Karen sent her son over to my channel to subscribe. So Russ, you could be 1,001.
Yeah, I can unsubscribe now. Thank goodness.
Yes, you're okay now. You can leave. Yes, thank you, Gail. Woohoo! 1,000 subscribers. Thanks, everybody.
For you, very happy for you. Well deserved.
Thank you, Rick. I got to see this. I expect a video shortly. He says he could do a Frank Sinatra imitation, so that needs to be out immediately because that I want to see. Yeah.
Wider than a mile. Go ahead now.
Oh no, I was listening to your Frank Sinatra. That was amazing.
Across the sea.
It was always across the sea or the moon or the something.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
Go ahead.
My mom had the magic touch of making all meat dry and tough and all veggies soggy and mushy. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Gail. Your mom scared you off any form of the proper human diet. Meat and veggies.
Man, the women in my life, boy, they can rattle them pans, baby. We got it in, man. I come from 2 generations of good cooks, man. Yeah.
So
I blame my weight problem on my mom. When I first met her, I was 6 pounds, 8 ounces.
And then she fed you. I mean, that was like her one job is to keep you alive. And now look what happened.
Yeah, there you go.
So Gail said that her mom was good at 3 things: mac and cheese, lasagna, and enchiladas. So yep, that's the root of it, Gail.
Yeah, these are a few of my favorite things.
She said, and yeah, in fact, if I was going to go off the rails with carbs, I'd make my mom's mac and cheese. I just don't want to be in that much pain. Yes, I hear you.
Yeah, I was. Listen, I was. I have to admit, when I ate the mac and cheese, I felt pretty bad too. I felt pretty bad that I only had one helping. I really wanted two. Bummed me out.
Rick says you sounded more like Elvis.
What you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, hello, Lady Fritzator. Nice to see you. Yellow. And maybe you need to sing Disco Duck because he just had to get the duck in there.
Yes, I leave all the duck things, all things duck belong to my main man, Rick. Charge
That's
of my
right.
farm. Quackmaster General.
He is the Quackmaster General. Well, we have been at this thing for an hour, and I can't believe it because I looked up and went, oh, an hour and 1 minute. We're past time.
Felt like 4 hours. Good grief.
Well, I'm sorry. I tried my best. I'm just new.
Well, listen, you have things to do. I have nothing better to do than be right here. So I understand you have family, you have important things. So, hey, I get it.
Well, I wanted to thank everyone for being here on the stream tonight with me and my good friend Russ. And Lady Fritzator says hello from Spartan Land, Mr. Homesick, or if you prefer blue and gold. So
Sparty is okay. The Wolverat is public enemy number 1.
Again, it's all Greek to me, but thank you.
Yeah, they know. He knows what a Wolverat is.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just exterminate them.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there with us and chatting with us tonight. And I guess we will catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Peace and love. Peace and love.